Lily Thompson lived in a small town, surrounded by tall trees and quiet streets. She was 23 years old and worked at a local coffee shop. Lily was friendly and loved to help people. Every day, she served coffee and pastries to regular customers who knew her by name. But lately, something strange was happening in her life. Not at first. It was small things. Lily would hear whispers when she was alone in her apartment. She thought it was just her imagination. One night, she woke up from a deep sleep, feeling cold and scared. Shadows danced on the walls, and she could swear she saw a dark figure in the corner of her room. She turned on the light, but there was nothing there. Just her empty room. The next day at work, her best friend, Jake Miller, noticed that something was off. "Lily, are you okay?" he asked, frowning as he stirred his coffee. "You seem different." Lily forced a smile. "I'm fine, just a little tired," she replied. She didn't want to worry him, but deep down, she felt a weight pressing on her chest, making it hard to breathe. As the days passed, Lily's nightmares became worse. She dreamed of dark places filled with echoes of her own voice, screaming and crying. In these dreams, she was not alone. A voice, cold and menacing, whispered in her ear, telling her she was weak and worthless. Each time she woke up, she felt more drained and frightened. Jake tried to cheer her up. He invited her to go hiking or watch movies, but Lily often declined. She preferred to stay home, wrapped in a blanket, hoping the darkness would stay away. One evening, as she sat in her living room, she felt a chill run through her body. It was as if someone was watching her. That night, she woke up again to the sound of whispers. This time, they were louder, more demanding. "Lily, let me in," the voice said. It was not a voice she recognized. It felt wrong. She shook her head, trying to push the voice away. "No, leave me alone." After a few days, Lily decided to visit Dr. Mason, an old psychologist who lived in town. She had heard stories about him, helping people with strange problems. Maybe he could help her. When she arrived at his office, she felt nervous. The walls were decorated with calming pictures, but the air felt heavy. "Hello, Lily," Dr. Mason sighed, smiling kindly. "What brings you here today?" Lily took a deep breath. "I've been having these nightmares," and she hesitated, unsure of how to explain. "I hear voices. They won't stop." Dr. Mason nodded, his expression serious. "It sounds like you're dealing with something very troubling. Can you tell me more about the voices?" "They keep telling me I'm not good enough," Lily said, her voice trembling. I think I might be possessed by something." "Doctor." Mason leaned back in his chair, considering her words. "Possession is a strong word, but it's important to explore what you're experiencing." "How long has this been happening?" "About 2 weeks," she replied. "At first, I thought it was just stress, but it feels real. Like something is inside me, taking control." Dr. Mason's eyes filled with understanding. "I believe you, Lily. Sometimes our minds can create things we don't understand, but we can work together to find a way to help you." As Lily left the office, she felt a small glimmer of hope. Maybe Dr. Mason could help her understand what was happening. But that night, the whispers returned. They were louder than ever, echoing in her mind. "You are mine," the voice said. "You belong to me." Lily sat up in bed, panic rising in her chest. "No!" she shouted into the darkness. "Get out of my head." But the voice only laughed, a cold, cruel sound that sent shivers down her spine. In the days that followed, Lily's behavior changed. She became more withdrawn and irritable. At work, customers noticed her blank stares and distant replies. Jake grew worried. "Lily, you need to talk to someone." "This isn't normal," he urged. "I'm fine," she insisted, but deep down, She knew she was losing control. The voice was growing stronger, filling her thoughts with doubt and fear. It whispered lies, feeding on her insecurities. One evening, Jake came over to check on her. He found her sitting on the couch, staring blankly at the wall. "Lily, please, let me help you," he said gently. "You're not alone in this." But Lily felt alone. She pushed him away, feeling anger rise. Inside her, "You don't understand," she shouted. "You can't help me." The look on Jake's face hurt her more than the words she had said. He was only trying to help, but the darkness inside her was too strong. "I just want you to be okay," he said softly before leaving. That night, the whispers became a roar. "You are weak. You are nothing." The voice was furious, and Lily felt a surge of fear. She curled up in a ball, trying to block it out. But it was no use. It was as if the demon had taken hold of her very soul. In her mind, she could see a dark figure standing over her. It was Valak, the name that echoed in her thoughts. The figure was tall and shadowy, with glowing red eyes that pierced through the darkness. "You cannot escape me, Lily," it hissed. "I will take everything from you." Lily's heart raced. She wanted to fight, but she felt weak. "Get out!" she screamed, her voice echoing in the silence of her room. But Valak only laughed, a chilling sound that filled her with despair. Desperate for help, Lily decided to return to Dr. Mason. She could no longer pretend that everything was fine. She needed to confront this demon and find a way to reclaim her life. As she prepared for her visit, she felt a mix of fear and determination. She couldn't let Valak win. She had to fight back and find the strength within herself to face the darkness. With a deep breath, she stepped out into the world, ready to seek the help she desperately needed. Lily sat in Dr. Mason's office, her hands trembling in her lap. The walls were painted a soft blue, and the room smelled faintly of lavender. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. Today, she needed to be strong. "Lily," Dr. Mason said gently, "I'm glad you came back. Tell me what's been happening since we last spoke." Lily looked down, her voice barely above a whisper. "The whispers are worse. I can't sleep. I feel like something is taking over me." Tears welled in her eyes, and she wiped them away with the back of her hand. "It feels real, like it's inside my head." Dr. Mason nodded, his expression serious. "I want you to know that you are not alone in this. Many people go through similar experiences, and we can work together to help you." Lily felt the flicker of hope at his words. "What can we do?" she asked, her voice shaking. "We need to explore your fears and what the voice represents," Dr. Mason explained. "Sometimes these feelings come from unresolved issues in our past. If we can understand what's causing this, we can find a way to help you." Lily hesitated, thinking about her childhood. She had always been shy and unsure of herself. "I've always felt like I'm not good enough," she admitted. "Maybe that's why this is happening." Dr. Mason smiled gently. "Acknowledging your feelings is a big step. Let's work on building your confidence and finding your strength. We can start with some exercises to help you face these fears." After their session, Lily left Dr. Mason's office feeling slightly better. She knew it would take time, but she was determined to fight back against Valak. However, when she got home, the darkness felt heavier than ever. That night, as she lay in bed, the whispers returned. "You are weak. You cannot escape me," Valak taunted, his voice echoing in her mind. Lily squeezed her eyes shut, wishing it would all go away. The next morning, Lily met Jake at their favorite diner. He was already seated at a booth, sipping coffee and looking concerned. "How did it go with Dr. Mason?" he asked as she sat down. "It was okay," Lily replied, forcing a smile. "He wants to help me understand why I feel this way." Jake frowned. I'm glad you're talking to someone. Just remember, you're not alone. I'm here for you." Lily appreciated his support, but she felt a wall between them. She didn't want to drag him into her darkness. "Thanks, Jake. I just need to figure this out on my own," she said quietly. As the days went by, Lily tried to follow Dr. Mason's advice. She wrote in a journal, expressing her fears and frustrations. But Valak's presence loomed over her like a dark cloud, making it hard to focus. One afternoon, while she was at home, Lily heard a loud bang coming from the kitchen. Her heart raced as she slowly walked toward the sound. To her shock, the cabinet. Doors were swinging open and closed as if someone was inside. "Stop it!" she shouted, feeling panic rise within her. But the noise only grew louder. Suddenly, everything went silent. Lily stood frozen, her heart pounding in her chest. She felt a chill run down her spine as she noticed a shadow moving across the floor. It was Valak, his dark figure looming over her. "You cannot escape me, Lily," he hissed, his eyes glowing red. "You belong to me." Lily took a step back, fear flooding her senses. "No, you don't own me," she yelled, but her voice trembled. Valak laughed, a cruel sound that echoed in her mind. "You are nothing without me. Embrace the darkness." Just then, the front door swung open, and Jake walked in. "Lily, are you okay?" He rushed to her side, and the shadow instantly vanished. "What happened?" he asked, concern etched on his face. I don't know," Lily stammered, trying to catch her breath. "It was here. I saw it." Jake looked around, his brows furrowed. "We need to get you some help. This isn't just in your head." "I can feel it." Lily felt a mix of relief and fear. "I'm scared, Jake. What if I can't fight it?" He took her hands in his. "You're stronger than you think. We'll figure this out together." That night, Lily struggled to sleep again. The whispers returned, louder and more insistent. "You are weak. You are mine." The days turned into weeks, and Lily worked hard to keep Valak's darkness at bay. She practiced her visualization techniques every night, imagining her safe place in the beautiful forest. Each time the whispers returned, she pushed back, using the strength she was building. Still, she knew that this fight was far from over. One afternoon, Lily met Jake at the local park. The sun was shining, and children were playing nearby. "You look better," Jake said, smiling as they sat on a bench. "How is the visualization going?" "It helps," Lily admitted, "but I still feel Valak's presence. It's like he's always watching me." She glanced around, as if expecting to see the shadow lurking in the bush. "You're stronger than you think," Jake reassured her. "Have you talked to Dr. Mason about how you're feeling?" "Not yet. I have another appointment next week," Lily replied. "I want to tell him about the safe place I've created. It feels good to imagine it." "Good. You're making progress, Lily. Just remember, I'm here for you," Jake said, taking her hand for a moment. As they walked through the park, Lily felt a sense of calm. But that night, as she lay in bed, the calm shattered. The whispers returned, louder and more demanding than before. "You cannot escape me," Valak hissed. "You belong to me." Lily squeezed her eyes shut, trying to focus on her forest. "No." "I am strong," she shouted, but Valak's voice echoed in her mind, drowning her out. "You are weak. I will take you." Just then, she felt a strange sensation, as if she was being pulled away from her body. The world around her faded, and she found herself in a dark, swirling void. Panic gripped her heart. "What's happening?" she thought, struggling to grasp onto something. Anything. Suddenly, she stood in a strange landscape that felt both familiar and unreal. It was a twisted version of her mind, filled with dark shadows and eerie echoes. Buildings loomed overhead, but they were distorted and broken. "Where am I?" she whispered, fear creeping in. From the shadows, Valak emerged, his dark figure towering over her. "Welcome to my domain, Lily," he sneered. "This is your mind, and I control it." Lily felt a surge of panic. "I don't want to be here. Let me go," she shouted. Valak laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers down her spine. "You are trapped here. You cannot escape your own fears." Lily took a deep breath, remembering Dr. Mason's words. "I can face this," she told herself. "I am stronger than you think." She focused on her safe place, imagining the forest filled with sunlight and warmth. But Valak was quick to counter. The shadows around her twisted into memories, moments of her past when she felt weak and afraid. She saw herself as a child, standing alone on the playground while others played. The memories stung, and she felt the familiar weight of insecurity pressed down on her. "See?" Valak taunted. "You are alone. You will always be alone." "No," Lily shouted, shaking her head. "I am not alone. I have friends who care about me." As she spoke, the shadows began to fade. She remembered Jake's hand holding hers, the laughter they shared, and the support he offered. "I am not defined by my fears," she declared, her voice growing stronger. Valak's expression changed, a flicker of anger crossing his face. "You think you can fight me? You are nothing without your doubt." But Lily felt a surge of power. She called upon the strength she had built through her visualization. "I am strong, and I will not let you control me," she yelled, envisioning the forest more vividly than ever. Suddenly, the landscape around her shifted. The dark shadows began to recede, replaced by vibrant colors and the sound of birds singing. She was standing in her forest, the sun shining down on her. "This is my safe place," she shouted, and the brightness pushed back Valak's darkness. "You cannot escape me," he growled, but his voice was weaker now. "You will fail." Lily stood tall, feeling the warmth of the sun on her skin. "I will not fail. I have the strength to fight back." She reached deep within herself, calling upon every positive memory she had. Friends, laughter, moments of joy, they all filled her mind. In that moment, the forest became even brighter. The shadows shrank, and Valak's figure began to dissolve. "No, this isn't over," he screamed, but his voice was fading. As the darkness vanished, Lily felt a wave of relief wash over her. She was back in her room, lying in bed, the whispers silenced for the first time in weeks. Heart racing, she realized she had faced Valak in her mind. She had fought back and won. The next day, Lily met Jake at the diner again. She could hardly wait to tell him what had happened. "Jake, you won't believe what I experienced last night," she exclaimed as she slid into the booth. "What happened?" he asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. "I entered my mind. I faced Valak, and I pushed him away," Lily said, her voice filled with excitement. "I imagined my safe place, and it worked." Jake's face lit up with a smile. "That's amazing, Lily. You're getting stronger every day." "I really think I can keep fighting him," she said, her confidence rising. "Dr. Mason's techniques are helping." As they talked, Lily felt a renewed sense of hope. She was not just battling a demon. She was reclaiming her life. Each small victory built her strength, and she realized that she could face whatever challenges came her way. Later that week, when she returned to Dr. Mason, she shared her experience. "I entered my mind and faced Valak," she told him, her voice filled with pride. "I felt his power weaken." Dr. Mason smiled warmly. "That's fantastic, Lily. You've taken an important step. Remember, facing your fears is a journey, and you are doing exceptionally well." Feeling empowered, Lily left the office. She was determined to continue her fight, both in her mind and in her daily life. She knew there would be more battles ahead, but she was ready to face them. That night, as she lay in bed, she took a moment to reflect. She had faced darkness and come out stronger. Valak might return, but she now understood that she had the power to fight back. With each passing day, she would build her strength and learn to embrace the light within her dot as she drifted off to sleep. Lily felt a sense of peace. She was ready for whatever came next, knowing that she could face the shadows and come out victorious. Lily felt stronger than ever after her experience in the mindscape. She had faced Valak and pushed him back, but she knew that the fight was not over. Each night, she continued her visualization exercises, focusing on her safe place in the forest. She felt a sense of hope growing inside her. One day, as she prepared for her session with Dr. Mason, Lily felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She wanted to share her progress and learn more about how to confront Valak. When she arrived at his office, she took a deep breath and walked in. "Hello, Lily. It's good to see you again," Dr. Mason said with a warm smile. "How have you been feeling?" "I've been practicing my visualization," Lily replied, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "I even faced Valak in my mind. I felt his power weaken." Dr. Mason's eyes widened with interest. "That's incredible. Tell me more about what happened." Lily shared her experience in detail, describing how she had entered her mind, faced Valak, and pushed him away with the strength she had found. Dr. Mason listened carefully, nodding as she spoke. "It sounds like you're making real progress," he said. "But remember, Valak may not give up easily. He will try to find ways to regain control over you." Lily felt a shiver run down her spine at his words. "What can I do to stop him?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "We need to prepare for the next battle," Dr. Mason explained. "I want you to visualize a shield around you. This shield will protect you from Valak's influence. Whenever you feel him trying to invade your mind, picture this shield and hold on to your strength." Lily nodded, feeling determined. "I can do that," she said. As she left the office, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was ready for whatever Valak had in store for her. That night, as she lay in bed, she practiced creating the shield in her mind. She imagined a bright, glowing barrier surrounding her, keeping the darkness at bay. "I am protected," she whispered to herself. "Valak cannot reach me." But as she closed her eyes, the whispers returned, more insistent than ever. "You cannot hide from me, Lily," Valak's voice echoed in her mind. "I will always find a way in." Lily felt a rush of fear, but she quickly focused on her shield. "No, you will not take me," she shouted, picturing the barrier growing stronger. The darkness pressed against her shield, but she pushed back with all her might. Suddenly, she was pulled into the void again, and the familiar twisted landscape of her mind appeared. Valak stood before her, his eyes burning with anger. "You think a shield will protect you?" he sneered. "You are still weak." Lily took a deep breath, remembering her safe place. "I am not weak," she declared, raising her hands as she visualized her shield. "I am strong, and I will not let you control me." The shield glowed brightly around her, pushing back the dark shadows that surrounded Valak. "You cannot defeat me," he shouted, his voice filled with rage. "I will take everything from you." As the darkness swirled around her, Lily felt the power of her shield. "You have no power over me," she shouted, her voice steady. "I will stand my ground." Valak lunged toward her, but the shield held firm. With every ounce of strength she had, Lily focused on the love and support of her friends, especially Jake. "I am not alone," she yelled, thinking of the bond they shared. Valak hesitated, his expression shifting from anger to confusion. "What is this power?" he hissed. "You cannot possibly be strong enough to resist me." Lily felt A surge of confidence. Lily woke up feeling lighter than she had in weeks. The battles with Valak had made her stronger, but she knew she could not fight alone. She needed support, and she was grateful for Jake. Their friendship had become a source of strength for her. After breakfast, Lily decided to call Jake. "Hey, do you want to meet at the park later?" she asked when he picked up the phone. "Of course. What's up?" Jake replied, his voice cheerful. "I want to talk about everything that's been happening," Lily said. "I think it will help me to share it with you." "Absolutely. I'll see you there," he said. Lily felt a rush of relief as she hung up. She knew that talking to Jake would help her feel even stronger. Later that afternoon, she arrived at the park, the sun shining brightly. She found Jake sitting on a bench, looking at his phone. "Hey," she called as she walked over. "Hey, Lily, you look great," Jake said, standing up to give her a warm hug. "Thanks. I feel good," Lily replied, smiling. They sat down together, and for a moment, everything felt normal. "I've been thinking a lot about Valak and our battles," Lily began. "I know I can fight him, but I also think I need more help." Jake nodded seriously. "I'm here for you, no matter what. We can face this together." Lily felt grateful for his support. "I think we should try to confront Valak together. I've been practicing my visualization and my shield, but maybe if we both focus our energy, we can push him away for good." Jake looked thoughtful. "That sounds like a good plan. But how do we do that?" Lily explained her idea. "We can both visualize the shield and imagine it growing stronger when we work together. When Valak comes, we can combine our strengths." Jake smiled. "I love it. Let's do this." As they talked, Lily felt a sense of hope. She realized that their friendship was a powerful tool against the darkness. They decided to meet later that evening to practice their visualization together. That night, they met at Lily's apartment. The air was filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness. "Are you ready?" Jake asked, sitting cross-legged on the floor. Lily nodded. "Yes, let's do this." They closed their eyes and focused on their breathing, letting the world around them fade away. Lily imagined her safe place, the bright forest filled with sunshine and warmth. She could hear birds singing and feel the soft grass beneath her feet. "I am strong," she whispered to herself. Next to her, Jake began to visualize his own safe place. He thought of the beach, the sound of waves crashing against the shore, and the feeling of sand between his toes. "We can do this," he said softly. As they focused together, Lily felt a rush of energy. She linked her thoughts with Jake's, imagining their shields forming a strong barrier around them. "Together, we are stronger," she said, feeling the warmth of their combined strength. Suddenly, the atmosphere changed. The air grew cold, and Lily felt the familiar presence of Valak creeping into her mind. "You think you can defeat me with friendship?" Valak sneered, his voice echoing in the darkness. Lily opened her eyes, but she felt Jake's hand on hers. "We can do this," he reassured her. "Focus on the shield." Lily squeezed his hand tightly. "We are strong together," she shouted. And they both closed their eyes again, concentrating on their shields. In their minds, the shields glowed brightly, pushing back against the shadows. "You cannot defeat me," Valak roared, but his voice was trembling. "Together, we are stronger." Lily and Jake shouted in unison. With each word, the shields grew more powerful, radiating light that pushed Valak back. The dark landscape around them began to shift, the shadows fading. Lily felt a surge of hope as she visualized the forest filled with bright colors. "You are weak, Valak," she shouted, feeling the power of their unity. "No, I will not be defeated," Valak screamed, but the light from their shields was too strong. As they focused together, the darkness around Valak began to crack and crumble. "This is not the end," he shouted, but his form was fading, becoming more and more transparent. "Together, we will defeat you," Jake said with determination. Lily felt the warmth of their friendship, fueling her strength. With one final push, they combined their energy into a brilliant burst of light. The darkness shattered, and Valak's figure dissolved completely. "You have not seen the last of me," he yelled as he vanished into the void. Lily opened her eyes, breathing heavily, her heart racing with excitement. "We did it!" she exclaimed, jumping up and hugging Jake tightly. "We really did it," Jake grinned, his face beaming with joy. "I knew we could." "This is just the beginning, Lily. Together, we can face anything." Lily felt a sense of relief wash over her. The battle with Valak had tested her strength, but with Jake by her side, she realized that she was not alone in her fight. Their friendship had become a powerful force against the darkness. The next day, they met with Dr. Mason to share their experience. Lily and Jake walked into his office, excitement bubbling between them. "We defeated Valak together," Lily announced, her eyes shining. Dr. Mason smiled, clearly impressed. "That is wonderful to hear. You both showed great strength and teamwork. It's amazing what we can achieve when we support each other." Lily felt proud as they discussed their experience. Dr. Mason guided them in how to maintain their strength and prepare for future battles. "Remember, the darkness may return, but you now know the power of your friendship," he said. "Keep practicing your visualization and communication with each other." As they left his office, Lily felt hopeful. She had learned that she could face her fears with the help of her friends. Together, they would fight against any darkness that tried to invade her mind. That night, as she lay in bed, Lily reflected on the power of their unity. She felt a sense of calm wash over her. Valak might return, but she now knew she had the strength to fight back. With Jake by her side, she was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. In the days that followed, Lily and Jake continued to practice their visualization techniques. They met regularly, sharing their thoughts and feelings and supporting each other through the ups and downs. Lily felt stronger every day, and she knew that her bond with Jake was a vital part of her healing. Together, they were building a fortress of light against the darkness. One evening, as they sat in the park watching the sunset, Lily turned to Jake. "Thank you for always being there for me," she said sincerely. "I don't know what I would do without you." Jake smiled warmly. "I'll always be here, Lily. We're in this together, no matter what." As the sun dipped below the horizon, Lily felt a sense of peace. She had come a long way in her journey, and with Jake by her side, she was ready to face whatever came next. Together, they would fight the darkness and embrace the light. Lily felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she prepared for her next session with Dr. Mason. She had been working hard, practicing her visualization techniques and relying on the strength of her friendship with Jake. But deep inside, she knew that Valak could return at any moment. That morning, she met Jake at their favorite diner for breakfast. The smell of coffee and pancakes filled the air, making her feel a little more relaxed. "Are you ready for today?" Jake asked as they sat down at a booth. "I think so," Lily replied, stirring her coffee. "I feel stronger, but I'm still scared about what might happen if Valak comes back." Jake reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "You've faced him before. You can do it again. Just remember, we're in this together." Lily smiled, grateful for his support. "Thanks, Jake. I'll do my best." After breakfast, they headed to Dr. Mason's office. When they arrived, Lily felt a flutter of nerves in her stomach. "What if Valak is stronger this time?" she said quietly. Dr. Mason greeted them with a warm smile. "Hello, Lily and Jake. I've been looking forward to our session today. How are you feeling?" I feel better, but I'm still worried about Volok, Lily admitted. Dr. Mason nodded. It's natural to feel that way. Remember, fear can be a powerful force, but it can also be overcome. Let's work together to prepare for any challenges that may come your way. Lily and Jake sat down, and Dr. Mason guided them through a series of exercises to help them strengthen their mental shields. Visualize your shields as a bright light, he instructed. Imagine this light growing stronger with every breath you take. Lily closed her eyes and focused on her breathing. She pictured her safe place in the forest, the sun shining brightly. She imagined the light from her shield expanding, filling her with warmth and courage. Next to her, she felt Jake's presence, and together they created a powerful barrier. After their session, Lily felt more confident. "Thank you, Dr. Mason," she said as they left. "I feel ready for whatever comes next." "Remember, you have each other," Dr. Mason reminded them. "You are stronger together." That night, Lily and Jake decided to practice their visualization techniques again. They found a quiet spot in the park, sitting beneath a large tree. The stars twinkled above them, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. "Let's do this," Jake said, taking a deep breath. They closed their eyes, focusing on their shields and their safe places. As they visualized, Lily felt the familiar presence of Volok creeping into her mind. "You think you can defeat me?" he sneered, his voice echoing in the darkness. Lily opened her eyes, feeling the chill of his presence. "We can defeat you," she shouted, squeezing Jake's hand tightly. "Focus on your shields," Jake urged, his voice steady. Together, they closed their eyes again, envisioning the bright light surrounding them. "Together, we are strong,"